So I was in Sedona with a couple of friends, and I learned that one of the best companies, or one of the companies that is being preferred the most by van lifers, is San in Phoenix. I was very close to them, so I decided to go there, and they are amazing. I don't know if you're in the area of, that is the southeast of Phoenix. It is so worth it to go and buy from them. I really like them as a company. I never thought they were going to be that big, because when I first got there, it is just a small office, 4 people working and a receptionist. It doesn't look like much, but then by mistake, they sent me to the back of the building to pick up my solar panel, and it was a huge space full of solar panels of all sizes and types and things that you can imagine. The whole building is theirs. So that little office there is just an office. But the whole building, which I thought it was a strip mall, the whole building is theirs. It's a huge company, and they are so kind.
Some RVers will use a different type of mounting system that you don't require drilling into the roof.
Okay.
And because once you drill a hole in your roof, now you have a hole in your roof, and you have to plug it every time, and water can get in at certain times. This, you would hear these to the roof. Oops. That's what some RVers will use. And what we have are the, they're called Z brackets. Z brackets.
Yep,
and,
makes sense.
They're little metal, you have your frames.
Yeah.
They clip onto the frame. You would screw them onto the frame with the little nuts that come with them. Then you'll take that little edges, those little brackets, you'll put it on here, and then some people will either glue them down or use some sort of weird tape that it's very strong.
Yep.
And they tape it down. You won't take it off, so make sure you set it just as you want.
Yeah.
With that in mind, that makes it very low profile, keeps it low to the ceiling.
Okay.
So that you don't have too much wind getting underneath it to pull it off.
And your name is?
My name is David.
David. Thank you so much. Adriana.
Adriana, okay.
Yes. Thank you so much for your help. I mean, I am lost.
You're not doing bad. You got a Jackery, something that gives you general power when you need it. You got your panels. Now you can always make improvements.
I knew of someone that had glued a flexible solar panel on top of their roof with duct tape. And I was researching, and everybody recommends you leave a little bit of room between the solar panel and the roof, because solar panels can get really, really hot. So I don't know if there is the risk of fire, but it might be. And I don't think your insurance company is going to pay for the replacement of your minivan if your minivan catches fire because you don't use the solar panel properly. I think you have to leave that little room for air to circulate underneath the solar panel. So I went to San, and after a long conversation with them, I learned the difference between the 9BB and the 5BB. What happens is, solar panels, if you look at each of the cells, they might have 5 silver lines or 9 silver lines. The only difference is the 9 lines capture more sunlight than the 5 lines. And it's a new thing. So I decided, okay, since I am getting one for the first time, let's go with the 9 little bars, the 9BB, B as in boy, B as in boy. So the 9BB, and that one happens to be a little bit more square in shape than the 5BB that is traditional. But I like that for the size of my roof. I liked the idea of a more square solar panel. So I had my little elves that I had to use to help me. It was amazing. Somehow. That will be the easy part. But
keep it up with the sound effects.
with the what?
Sound effects.
With or alcohol. I don't know. The Sharpie went away.
Woo!
It doesn't squeeze anymore.
Crap. I can't make it squeak.
It's not a squeaky
Dang it!
clean anymore.
It's beyond squeaky. It's beyond clean.
Just put the bottle on top of the paper so it doesn't fly away.
Wow, it's not covered. I got that on video.
That's a bit. Try to get someone to help you position the solar panel on the roof. Luckily, I decided to place it a little towards the back of the van, which I was lucky. For some reason, it doesn't make it that noisy. That was great. And I had watched a video on YouTube of this guy who noticed there is a little hole in between the van itself and the hatch where the back door goes down. There is a hole there, and there is a drain channel under that, so the hole doesn't really, it's not a hole, but it's a nice space that allows for the cables to go in. That person in that video, he said he drove the cables, he took the back light and he drove the cables in through there. I popped the back light and there is no hole connecting that space into the van. I didn't see any, and I really didn't want to drill anything. Light is out. Yay! So now I have to find a way how to go in there from there. Frustration, or are you
Yes.
going to give me ideas?
Both.
Okay. So this video I saw of the guy who has exactly the same van, he ran the cables by the hatch all down the drain channel, and he said, I will pop out the light and I will drill just through the plastic, both at the same time.
Not really.
So I did pop out the light, and the light cables come out of here, but there is no hole from here into here. There is no way. This is metal, so I will have to drill through metal. But how do I make those cables go in through
Right,
that
right.
without crossing over the doorway thing? So that person that has that video saying that you can pop up the backlight and pass it through there. I didn't see them do it. They said that, but they didn't show it. I popped up the backlight, and there is no way, I mean, there is no hole connecting the outside in any way to the inside of the minivan. So I decided to use the little hole on where the back door hinges and the rain channel to go in, just in, through the side, because the minivan has rubber to prevent water from going in. So, and that rubber is soft enough to protect the cables, so the door, when it closes, doesn't squeeze them. They are perfectly happy there. I added some more of one of those tapes to hold them in place, just that. But it is working amazing. I have my Jackery connected to the solar panel all day long. I don't have to go out to put it outside, bring it in, if it is windy, if it is rainy. I don't care about those things anymore. I am so happy. But again, let's be honest, that is enough to plug the fridge, if it is a small one, and only for some hours every day, your phone, your laptop, maybe even your computer, not much more. Eventually, when my Jackery dies, I will go for the Sirius system, which is what we are going to discuss with the guys, with Sirius lithium batteries that store energy, so you have enough energy. I bought through Amazon 2 different types of brackets to hold the solar panel down. One is from Renogy, and you can lift the solar panel so you can face the sun and use more light. But then when I finally had it with me, it was huge, it was extremely heavy, and I knew I was not going to be going outside and lifting the panel and bringing it down, because that was the thing why I had decided not to have the foldable panel anymore. I got another one. It was just 4 corners and 2 sides, that would have given me more surface to glue the tape to the roof of the minivan. But my friend Sharon has the little Z brackets that come with the panel, and just that, I thought, I'm going to go for that, because if she has had them for several years now and they are still there, why wouldn't they stay on my roof? So I decided to go for the little small Z brackets. And I say this in case you decide to go that way and you think, oh, this is not going to hold. It does hold, and it is not noisy, and I am super happy. So I used in between the roof and the bracket a piece of double-sided VHB tape, very high bond. In theory, that alone should be enough. But just to be careful, on top of the bracket and all around, and on top of the cables and down the rain channel, I added Eterna Bond tape, which is white, and that helps. And that keeps the connection between the very high bond tape and the bracket from the rain and the sun and everything, because the Eterna Bond is exactly that, is to keep it down and to protect it against the elements. So I am super confident that that is not moving out of the air unless I decide to remove it maybe someday. Of course, you have to use a special solution made by 3M to dissolve the Eternabond and the very high bond tapes. But it's okay. I will get it if the time comes, when the time comes. One day maybe I sell this van and the people say, oh yeah, leave us the solar panel there, great, that kind of thing. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. What I was worried about was the high speed on the highway, high winds, nothing. It doesn't move, it doesn't make noises. It's very, very easy. It was such an easy solution. When it was done, I couldn't believe it was that easy. I had invested many more hours taking the foldable panel in and out of the van and suffering the wind and the rain and all those things. Right now, I don't care. I have a perfectly good new 9BB solar panel on top of my roof, and I couldn't be happier. My Jackery is being charged since very early in the morning until the sun goes down, and I don't have to worry about that. Yay! If you have any questions about anything of this system I didn't explain properly, please let me know. I will be happy to give you more details. Again, get yourself 1 or 2 elves to help you position that on top. Clean the roof very well with, I used acetone in case there was something greasy there or whatever. So I cleaned the area very well with acetone, and then I cleaned with alcohol in case the acetone itself would leave any trace. I just wanted to make sure the roof was super clean. And then I put the little tape in between the bracket and the roof, the other tape on top to hold it down, and some gallons of water to put some pressure on for the first 24 hours, just to make sure. I didn't drive my van for a couple of days after that, because they say it's a good idea maybe to give it a couple of days before you start driving and the wind starts pulling up. Super, super tight, super secure. I am very happy with the results. I highly recommend that if what you have is just a Jackery. You may want to consider 2 panels if your Jackery or Bluetti is one of the big ones, more than 1,000, because with the winter sun, because it is more inclined, since it comes from the east and it sets in the west. Oh my gosh! It is not going up high; it's going kind of inclined, and that inclination gives you just 5 or 6 hours of good light, not excellent, just good. So you may want to consider 2 solar panels if you have one of those big Jackeries or Bluettis. But if the way to address this is, what do you need? What electrical things do you need on the road? Is it enough with a Jackery or Bluetti, or do you need a serious system with lithium batteries and all the things we are going to discuss when we meet with Doug and Tim? For now, I am on the first category. I do still have my Jackery. I'm not going to throw it away because it is still working. So the only thing I needed was a solar panel that I didn't have to get in and out every day. That was my little thing. So thank you very much. Let me know if you have questions. Thank you to my Patreons for all your help. You are amazing. And just consider maybe becoming a Patreon for just $1 a month. It helps. There is a link in the description of the video. There is a little clickable link at the end of this video. Thank you very much, and you have a great day. Take care.